Welcome to episode number 2 of this Green Bay Packers Madden 23 franchise series. And today I'm obviously playing my Green Bay Packers Madden 23 franchise. As you can see on the screen, we are about to play, as you can see on the screen, the Packers are about to play the Giants, the New York Giants, here in Week 5. And as you also didn't see on the screen, if the light-ins did enough in this room, you also didn't see if the light-ins did enough in this room, is that the Packers are 1-3. Yeah, 1-3. I am playing on All-Pro, which is, not as hard as All Madden, but it is harder than Pro and Rookie, and we're 1-3. Last episode of the series was Week 1 against the Vikings. That video was like a week ago, give or take. If you haven't seen it yet, it will be in the sky in the top right corner right up here. There should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video. But bottom line is, we started 1-3. We lost. I'm actually going to show you the schedule, and then I'm going to show you something. Because I pulled off a trade literally 10 minutes ago in real life, right before I started filming. So I'm going to show you that trade in a second, who we got, and also going to tell you what we gave up in return. But here's the schedule if the light is not bad, which it might be. Week 1, we lost 20-14, and Aaron Rodgers threw 5 interceptions, which is rare for him. Well, 5 interceptions for Rodgers is like a season's worth, but he threw it in one game because obviously Aaron Rodgers is different in this game than in real life. Week 2, we lost to the Bears. Yes, the Bears. They're predicted to finish last in the NFC North, and we lost to them at Lambeau. 43-31. It was not good. And then we go to Tampa to play Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, and we beat Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in Tampa 34-10. And then we play the Patriots at home at Lambeau, and we lose 31-24. And I think we had like a 10-point lead in this game, and we lost 31-24. And now we're about to play the Giants in London too. That's why I'm filming this episode. Really, that's why I'm only filming this game, because it's the first ever game the Packers will be playing in London. They're the only team that has not played in the NFL International Series, which started in 2007. I just looked this up like literally right before I started filming. The Packers are the only team in the NFL, or are the only team in the NFL that has not played in the NFL International Series. So that means in London or Mexico, or really anywhere international. I believe this year there's a game in Germany. But either way, they haven't played an international game, so a game outside the U.S. Ever. And that international series started in 2007. That was 15 years ago. Packers are playing their first ever game outside the U.S., and this game we're about to play against the Giants is in London. That's what, if you can see it, I doubt you can see it. It says the game's at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. That's the reason why it says the game's at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time is because the game's in London, and London is, I don't know. What time is it right now in London? I should look it up. But either way, that's the game we're about to play. So we're 1-3 to start the year, which is really bad. But we play the Giants in London, then we play the Jets at home at Lambeau. If we did win both of these games, which, the Giants actually are 2-2, but we did beat the Giants in London, and then the Jets at Lambeau, we'll be back to 3-3, because then we play the Commanders and the Bills, both on the road, and then the Lions. Well, the Lions, well, I'm saying they should be easy, but it should be easy, but you never know. That game's in Detroit, so we have a 3-game road trip, and then that's episode of the series in this game. Next day I will film here in the series will be the Packers Week 10 game against the Dallas Cowboys at Lambeau, and this game is a Sunday late game, and obviously the game we're about to play, or I'm about to play, is in London against the New York Giants. What time is it right now in London? Right now, the time in London is 8:53 p.m. And the time right now here, well, in Texas, which is Central Time, is 2:53 p.m. So London is, what, 6 hours in front of us? So that means if the game is at, let's say, 8:30 a.m. Central, that means 8:30, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the game in the time the game is in real life is 8:30 a.m. Central, but the time it is in London is really 2:30 p.m. But yeah, I have two players that have to negotiate their contracts. I believe I re-signed Randall Cobb. Robert Tonyan, our tight end, is not interested. And then, I believe that's it. I'm going to show you the list really quick before we get into the game, or before I show you the player I traded for. Yeah, Robert Tonyan is not interested. Robert Tonyan's not interested. I re-signed Randall Cobb, one of our wide receivers. Robert Tonyan, our tight end, is not interested. And then everyone else, well, I could negotiate with Mercedes Lewis, another one of our tight ends, and or Sammy Watkins, one of our receivers, but I have no cap space left. That's the problem. So, yeah, but the guy I traded for was a wide receiver, and a team I traded him from was one of the teams that we already played this season, and it would be the Bears, the Vikings, the Buccaneers, or the Patriots. One of those four teams. I got a receiver from one of those four teams, and that team is the team that we beat, the Buccaneers. I got a receiver from the Buccaneers. It is not Mike Evans, so I got a receiver from the Buccaneers, and that receiver is that man right there, Chris Godwin. And I mean, Mike Evans, obviously, that you have to give up. A couple first-round picks, and maybe like Robert Tonyan or Sammy Watkins or some good player. Obviously, we don't have Devontae Adams anymore. But Chris Godwin, he's been around for 5 years. He's from Penn State, 89 overall. He has 90 speed, 92 acceleration, 89 change of direction. I mean, he's actually pretty good. 6'1", 205. We also have Sammy Watkins, Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, Romeo Dobbs, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, and then we also have Christian Watson. So now we have six receivers. We had 5, but now we have 6. And then I gave up a first-round pick for this year, which means the next NFL draft. When I say this year, I mean the next NFL draft. I gave up a first-round pick for this year, a third-round pick for this year, a fifth-round pick, I believe, for next year, which means 2 NFL drafts from now. And then in return from the Buccaneers, I got Chris Godwin, a third for this year, and a fifth for this year, I believe. So it was I gave up a first for this year, a third for this year, and a fifth for next year. And in return from the Buccaneers, I got Chris Godwin, a third from this year, and a fifth for next year, or I believe it was actually a fifth for this year. So a first for this year, and a third for this year, and a fifth from next year for Chris Godwin, a third from this year, and a fifth from this year as well, I believe. But either way, it was a 3-for-3 deal, so I gave up 3 draft picks, and then the Buccaneers gave up Chris Godwin and then 2 draft picks. So we don't have a first-round pick this year, but we I think have a couple third-round picks. I think we have a second-round pick, and then a 5th, 6th, and 7th, and we might have a couple 7th-round picks. But either way, I think it's worth it, because we don't have Devontae Adams anymore, who's a 99 overall. Chris Godwin, 89 overall, but we also have him. Like I said, we have 6 receivers now. I think this team hopefully will be good. Hopefully I stop throwing interceptions, because that's really what is killing me. Because right now, I'm not going to show you the stats for Aaron Rodgers, but trust me, he has 3 touchdowns in 4 games and 10 interceptions in 4 games. So in 4 games, Aaron Rodgers has 3 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. 10 interceptions for Rodgers is like 2 years worth of interceptions in real life. But obviously in the stadium, he has 10 interceptions in 4 games, and obviously had 5 in week 1, and then total through 4 games, he has 10. And only 3 touchdowns. Let's get into the Packers week 5 game against the New York Giants in London. So let's get into it. We have a better offense, defense, and overall than the Giants. We have a plus 8 overall, plus 8 for offense, plus 8 for defense, and a plus 8 for overall. So we have a plus 8 for offense, we have a plus 8 for offense, defense, and overall. Let's get into this game. We need to win this game because 2-3 is much better, or 2-3 obviously is better than 1-4, and especially against the Giants, we need to win this game. I want to be 2-3 and not I want to be 2-3 and not 1-4. Let's get into it. I just got to be smart with the ball. We have Chris Godwin now, a dead receiver. We're an 85 overall. They're a 77 overall. We have obviously Aaron Rodgers, who has Gambit. I don't know what the heck that even is. We have Jair Alexander at cornerback, a shutdown, and then they have Saquon Barkley, Leon Williams at right end, and then Forey Jackson, their cornerback. But either way, let's get into this game. Play call enhanced, and like I said, the difficulty is on All Pro, and the game style is on simulation. So play call enhanced, skill level All Pro, and then game style simulation. Let's get into this game right now in London. First ever London game, or first ever international game for Green Bay. And for the Giants, obviously it's not their first, but it's the first international game for Green Bay ever. And obviously the NFL International Series, I just said earlier, started 15 years ago, back in 2007. Let's watch your condition. Alan Roach. We're tentatively the home team for this game. I believe Godwin's 14, I believe. Number 14. Yeah, I don't know why Sam Darnold's still on the Giants. He's on the Panthers in real life, but in this game he's still on. Yeah, in real life Sam Darnold's on the Panthers, but for some reason in this game he's still on the. But for some reason he's still on the Giants in this game. So it's Aaron Rodgers and the Packers versus Sam Darnold and the Giants. As you can see, last week Aaron Jones had 2 touchdowns on the ground. There's the Giants head coach. Let's get into this game right now. Let's say we did the ball first because there was a dive back there for the return, which I'm not sure who our returner is. I believe it's Dobbs. Here we go. As you're on your way here in London. Here we are. It's Randall Cobb back for Green Bay. He returns it from at the 1-yard line, and he's up to the 26-yard line. 3 seconds into this game, and here comes A-Rod and the Packers offense. He's been un-Rodgers light through the first 4 games of the season, but hopefully here in game number 5 or here in week number 5 he turns it around. He didn't miss anything. Here we go. From the 26, let's give it to Jones on the first play from scrimmage. Jones! Broke a few tackles, got 6 yards, 15 rushes, 78 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground last week against the Patriots, but obviously we lost 31-24. And now we're 1-3. So we lost, then we won, and then we lost again. Here we go. We gotta win this one. Here we go. Here's a throw. That ball is caught by Godwin. His first catch in a Packers uniform. First down, Green Bay. 6 yards. So we got 6 yards and another 6 yards. First down, Green Bay from the 38. Here we go, boys. In stride, it's Watkins, who we got via free agency during the offseason. Then he had a 9, set it down and 1 from the 47. And start for Green Bay. Here we go. First game ever for Green Bay in the International Series, and Jones lost 2 yards. Now it's 3rd and 3. Good play by number 97, who's a defensive tackle or even a nose tackle, because he's probably at least like 300 pounds, or if not, like high 200s. Here we go. And I'll throw it to Jones. Jones! That's first down. Yeah, that's a first down because of forward progress. As he got 3 yards. He needed 3 yards. He got 3. First down, Green Bay up to the 49. Our 49. Here we go. Here's a throw. And yeah, that was a bad throw. Knocked down by the defender. Let's go with a quick toss. 6-minute quarters, by the way. 6-minute quarters. 3:26 to go in the first quarter. No score here in London. Here's that bad toss. Come on, blockers. And Jones got, 3? Yeah, no, he got 4. Up to their 48-yard line. Not first down, but 3rd and 6 now from the 48 of New York. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Huge 3rd down here. Here we go. Here's Rodgers. That ball is going to be caught by Chris Godwin. Good catch by number 14, Chris Godwin. First down, Green Bay. As Rodgers threaded the needle, I was near two defenders for the Giants, but going up for it was Godwin, and he came down with it as well. Down to the 20 of the Giants. First down, Packers. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to throw it to a check man, which is A.J. Dillon, our second-string running back. He's our second-string running back, and he got 8 yards. Setting down in 2 minutes to go in the first. As we're taking over half of the first quarter clock off the clock, or first quarter off the clock. Here's Jones, and he's got the first down to the 9. He has 10 rushes yards, and 4 rush attempts. As we're taking most of the clock up here in the first quarter. First and goal from the 9, from the right hash. Here's Jones. Jones is in. Touchdown, Green Bay. And they strike first here in London. 6-0 Packers. Rushing TD for Aaron Jones, and the Packers strike first here in London. 6-0 Green Bay. Good start for Green Bay, who's been struggling in the first 4 games, especially Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers only threw one incompletion on that drive and no interceptions. Here's Crosby for the PAT. And the PAT by Crosby is right down the middle here in London. 7-0 Green Bay here in London. As that was a 4.5 minute drive. Is there any wind? 6-mile-per-hour winds blowing from right to left. So I'll keep that in mind if I want to kick long field goals later in the game. Here we go. Here's Crosby for the kick. And that ball will be out of the back of the end zone for a touchback as it hits the bottom of the uprights. Here we go. Come on, D. Defense, well, I mean, I don't know why Sam Darnold, like I said, is on the Giants. He's on the Panthers in real life. It should be Daniel Jones, but instead it's Sam Darnold. But Sam Darnold, wasn't he on the Jets? Wait. He was on the... How did they get the... Yeah, I had a brain fart. Sam Darnold was never on the Giants. He was always on the Jets. And he was on the Jets, and now up to last season, now this season, the 2022 season in real life, he's on the Panthers. He was never on the Giants. I just got the Giants and Jets mixed up because after they play in the same city, and they play at the same stadium, which is MetLife Stadium. But yeah, I don't know how Sam Darnold, obviously now, he was on the Jets, then he was on the Panthers, and then now he's on the Giants. So he was on the New York Jets, then the Carolina Panthers, and now he's on the New York Giants. So, I don't know. I said a brain fart between the Giants and the Jets. Here we go. First point of scrimmage for the Giants. That's Barkley! Barkley! That could have been a touchdown if he didn't spin out of bounds, but then he got 20 yards in the first play of scrimmage. Now watch out for that. They have Saquon Barkley. They also have Sam Darnold, which is, I mean, he's not a bad quarterback, but he's not one of the Hall of Fame quarterback. One of the Hall of Fame quarterbacks. That's a throw. Caught 6 yards. Kadarius Toney. He's on the Giants? I guess he's on the Giants. I don't know how they got the Sam Darnold. I'm not sure if they traded it for him or if the Panthers released him and then the Giants picked him up. I'm not sure. Here we go. First quarter almost over here. Here's a throw. That went right by the ear of Eric Stokes. It went right by his head. And down to the 35 or 37 of Green Bay with 10 seconds to go in the first quarter and counting. They don't have to do another play up there at 1-2. They might though. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and they will not snap it. We head to the second quarter here in London at 7-0 Packers. Here we go, 7-0 Packers as we begin quarter number 2 here in London. From the 37, Darnold under center. It's weird to see Darnold on the... Here we go! Stopped him! Oh, that's intentional grounding! I went right by him. I kind of dove behind him. The camera angle was deceptive. I thought I was right on him. There was a receiver there, but... So that's why there's no penalty. Here's Darnold. That ball is going to be dropped. Eventually, there's a lot of people that dove for it, but it's dropped. 3rd and 10 now from the 37. It would be a long field goal from here. Not sure who their kicker is. But still, like I said, so weird to see Sam Darnold on the Giants. Because he was on the Jets, then the Panthers, now the Giants. Here we are, here's a throw. That ball, how was that not picked off? Darnold Savage had that ball go right through his hands. I don't know, right through his hands, but it was right by his hands. Instead, it goes right into the Giants player's hands and down to the 9. First and goal in New York. Here's Darnold. Throw, that ball is caught. And tackling him is Campbell, DeAndre Campbell. Second and goal from the 6. Here we go, from the 6, audible in his New York, as there is some motion from the left and the right. And they're going to run with it with Barkley, and he's in. Saquon Barkley with a game-tying touchdown. And they're within an extra point of tying the game. Extra point for the Giants kicker to tie the game, and the kick is right down the middle. 7-7 here in London early in the second quarter. Or 7-7 here in London early in the second quarter. You know, 7-7 here in London. And remember, the Giants do get the ball after halftime, and this is going to be a touchback. Here we go. Rodgers did first drive, had only one incompletion. We ran the ball good, or well. Here we go. There's a throw. That ball, or not throw, I think I'm going crazy. A run, excuse me. Send it down in 9 as he got a yard. Come on, it's a huge drive because late in the first half and the Giants get the ball after halftime. Here we go, and we're down by 7 too. Here we go. Here's a throw and a ball. Catch it. That was Godwin or Watkins. It was number 11 or number 14. I'm not sure who that was. It was Watkins or Godwin. Then it was, I'm not sure. It was Watkins or Godwin, but they dropped it. Now it's third down and 9. Here's a throw. Get the first down, Tanya, and he's got it. Down about 15 on 3rd and 9. First down, Packers. A huge third down diversion. Because if I didn't get that, I was on a punt because we were only at our own 26-yard line. From the 39 now. And I hit, that ball's caught by Tanya. I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit circle. Instead I hit X, but it's caught by Tanya. And that wasn't a pick. But now into the 46-yard line of the Giants. First down, Green Bay. This could be whoever gets the ball last to win this game, possibly, maybe. I mean, it shouldn't because our offense is much better, or at least they should be overall-wise. Obviously, stat-wise, they might not be. Here we go. Blake Martinez, a former Green Bay Packer, is on the New York Giants. He was on the Packers like 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Here's a throw. The ball is caught. Touchdown Packers. Chris Godwin with a touchdown reception in his Packers debut. And it's now 13-7 Green Bay as Green Bay retakes the lead here in London. What a dot. What a throw by Rodgers. Good job of Godwin to hang on to the football. And it's now 14-7 Green Bay. 2:35 to go in the first half. Drove 75 yards in 6 plays, and that took just over 2 minutes. Here we go. And actually, the wind's going the other direction now because it's the second quarter, so 6 miles per hour for us, blowing from left to right. And that kick will be returned, probably, from about 2 yards deep in the end zone. And he will get tackled by, I think, number 87, I believe, up to the 24-yard line. 2:32 to go in the first half. First down, New York, trying to tie the game here with a touchdown. And remember, the Giants do get the ball after halftime. Here we go. Darnold in the backfield. There's a throw. That ball is going to be dropped. The slants, I did man coverage. That didn't burn us. Now I'm going to do a cover 3 style, which is zone. Send it down in 10 from the 24. Here we go. Under center now is Darnold. Darnold, plenty of time. And as he threw it, he's picked off by Campbell. DeAndre Campbell. And the Packers take over at the 22 of the Giants. As Darnold was hit as he threw. And he was picked off by Devondre Campbell. That's his name. It's Devondre Campbell who picked it off. From the 22, 2:20 to go in the half. Here's Rodgers. That's his. Oh, he went back. Oh, it's intercepted. What in the world just happened? It's intercepted by Blake Martinez, the former Packer. He's a middle linebacker. I don't know how he ended up that deep in the end zone. And that's back-to-back plays where there's been an interception. That ball was tipped by Martinez and/or Tanya, or it wasn't Martinez who tipped it, but it was tipped by the Giants player and/or Robert Tanya, our tight end. It was tipped by one of them or both of them. And then they both of them tipped it, or one of them tipped it up in the air. And then after they both of them tipped it, or one of them tipped it, Martinez intercepted it in the end zone and kneed it for a touchback. So that's the 11th interception for Rodgers this season. He has 4 touchdowns and now 11 interceptions. And that's 6 yards for Barkley, and now I'll take us to a 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning here in London, 14-7 Packers. Or 2-minute warning here in London, 14-7 Packers, but the Giants have the ball. 2nd and 4 from their own 26-yard line. 2 minutes to go. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Here we go. Come on, boys. That ball is going to be batted down by Rasul Douglas. Let's do under smoke 2, 3rd and 4. Come on, boys. Here we go. Here's a throw. That ball is going to be caught by Barkley. As Douglas tackles him, no huddle for New York. Although they have all 3 timeouts, 1:40 on the clock from the 37. And he is not sacked, but he is sacked. That's Devondre Campbell. I'm going to call a timeout to save time. As he wasn't sacked the first time. I missed him the first time. But then Devondre Campbell didn't miss him the second time. So he wasn't sacked initially. Or at first he wasn't sacked, but he ended up being sacked. Lost at 13 too. 1:35 on the clock. We have 2 timeouts. 2nd and very long. That ball is going to be caught. Spinning is Barkley. And he got about, what, 17. He got 17. So now it's 3rd and 9. Which is 3rd and, I mean, it's better than 2nd and 23. Come on, we got to stop him. They got it to the 40, sits for a first. It's a screen! Oh! How did he not blow that up? And now Rasul Douglas missed him. And Barkley goes out of bounds as Alexander forced him out at the 14 of the Packers with 1:21 on the clock. Unbelievable. As that was a screen pass to the left. Douglas was there, but he just missed him. And then Alexander pushed him out, or forced him out at the 14. That ball is going to be caught down to the 4, 1st and goal. New York with 1:10 on the clock. Let's do goal line. Here we go. 10 yards. 1st and goal from the 4. Empty backfield for New York. They snap it quickly. That ball is going to be caught by the Giants receiver, which is Kenny Golladay, number 19. And New York is within an extra point of tying the game again. And I don't know how in the world you allow him to catch that. There was a defender right on him. Golladay just jumped over him. 14-14. 58 seconds to go in the first half, but we do have 2 timeouts in 58 seconds. We got to score because we got to at least get a field goal here before halftime because the Giants, like I said, do the ball after halftime. Here we go. Here's Cobb, and I'm just going to not do anything. He needs it automatically. Touchback. Here we go. Let's go with PA Scissors. Here we go. From the 25, I mentioned I don't throw an interception, but last time was unlucky because of the tip. Here we go. Wide open is Chris Godwin, and he's already in midfield with 50 seconds to go. He's at the 50, and we'll call our second timeout. 1 left, and we still have 50 yards to go for a touchdown. 50 seconds on the clock. We're at the 50-yard line at 1 timeout, tied at 14. Run the NFL Shield at midfield. Here we go. Here we go. Here's Rodgers, not mobile, but he's out of the pocket, and I'm just going to run for it. And I still want to fumble because he fumbled it 2 times in week 1 and lost one of the fumbles. 2nd and 4 now as he got 6, 43 seconds to go. 1 timeout. We need at least a field goal here, boys. Touchdown would be nice, but at least a field goal. Here we go. I might have Godwin again this time. It's incomplete. I thought I had him, but nope. 3rd and 4 now, and we're not in 44 yards. It will be like a 52-yard field goal. But remember, the wind's going left to right. It's not going It's not going straight or anything. Here's a throw. The ball is going to be dropped by Godwin. I mean, how do you drop that? Yeah, it's Godwin, or it was Watkins. It might have been Watkins. I mean, I'm not going to punt it. How far is the field goal? 61 yards. I'm not trying on a field goal, and if I can't make that, I'll call a timeout and then go for it. Well, I can't tell if I didn't make it because I forgot All-Pro as his, meter. I don't have a timeout. I thought I had a timeout. I don't have a timeout, so I can't tell with this meter if it's only far enough, but I'm gonna go for it. Here we go. I tipped it because the play clock's at like 5. Here we go. From the midfield stripe. I don't think that's far enough. And it was about 5 yards short. And they'll take over now. As the Giants will now take over where he kicked the ball, which is the 50-yard line. And now they're probably like 15 yards away from field goal range. And they have all 3 timeouts in what, 30 seconds, right? Yeah, 29 seconds. 29 seconds from the 49. That's where he kicked it, actually. Our 49, I believe. That was a 61-yard field goal. Here we go. That ball is going to be caught. And good tackle to keep him in bounds. They do call a timeout, but if he got out of bounds, it would save him a timeout. But this is actually a big play here, because if we allow him to score and then score after halftime, we could be down by 10 before we know it, or more. 24 seconds from the 44, 2nd and 5. 2 timeouts for the Giants, none for Green Bay. Here's a throw, wide open is 89. That's Tony down to the 21, 18 seconds to go. 2nd timeout used for New York, and I mean, this is bad. Come on, boys. If we did a stat here, home to a field, they have 1 timeout. Sometimes the AI has bad clock management. Just keep them out of the end zone. Here we go. That ball is going to be caught. 15 seconds to go, down to the 13. They're just doing these quick slants. Come on, boys. Out of timeouts. Neither team has a timeout left. In the 13. If we tackle him in bounds, that can end the half. That ball's going to be caught. And he's down to the 1, but they don't run out of time. They run out of time as we stopped him at the 1-yard line. As the Giants decided to throw it into the middle of the field, Darnold did, and he was tackled at the 1. He was close to getting a touchdown. Stopped him at the 1, and then they ran out of time because they had no timeouts left. 14-14 at halftime. And let's listen in to Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Thursday Night Football. Colts at Broncos. Broncos won 31-21, and obviously the other games haven't been played yet because it's early Sunday morning, at least in the U.S. Because obviously in London it's Sunday afternoon, and then in the U.S. it's Sunday morning. I said, well, I just now there might be a game that, well, I said, well, if it's Central Time, if this thing started at 8:30, halftime would probably be at like 11. And they probably want to be starting already, although he said someone was scoreless in the second quarter. Here we go. Sorry, I just hit the camera right there. Second half here in London, 14-14, and the wind is going left to right. I remember that. Here we go. Second half here in London, Giants 14, Packers 14. It's been a pretty good game so far. 14-14 as we begin the second half here in London, and that will be probably returned from about a yard or 2 deep from the end zone by number 30, and he's up to the 26-yard line. 3 seconds in the third quarter as the Giants hit the ball first here in the second half with a score 14-14. They could be up, well, 21-14 or at least 17-14, but if they have poor clock management in the first half, and that ball's going to be actually that ball's actually dropped. I did not realize that, but it was dropped. 7 down and 10. They've been doing that slant a long time. Well, not a long time, but a few times. I can't believe the Jets in this thing are 4-0. There's a throw. And wide open is 89, and he's up to the 48-yard line. Their 48-yard line, first down, New York. Yeah, but I can't believe, I didn't show you any of the other teams, like, I didn't show you the standings or anything. Right now we're in last place in the NFC North, and I didn't show you, like, any of the other teams' records, but trust me. Here we are, here's Kenny Clark, and he tackled Barkley. 7 down and 9, but I didn't show you any the NFL, NFC North standings. NFC North standings. We're in last place, and then I didn't show you any of the other teams' records. But trust me, the Jets are 4-0, and that ball's picked off on the deflection. Chris Barnes, and he's tackled by Barkley. As we need a break, as the Giants had a break on the tipped interception earlier by Martinez, and we did a break on the tipped interception by Chris Barnes as it was dropped. A good hit on the ball on the receiver, and because of that hit, he dropped the ball before the ball hit the ground. Chris Barnes picked it off, and we're at their 33-yard line. 4:45 to go in the third quarter, tied at 14. Incredible. Here we go. Here's Rodgers. There's no one. Here we go. Here's Circle. That ball, what the heck was that? My guy didn't jump. Watkins jumped after. I literally hit the jump button, which is triangle, and he jumped after it was picked off. So that's another pick by Rodgers. Both quarterbacks have 2 interceptions, and both times there's 4 interceptions between these two quarterbacks. 2 for each team, 2 for each quarterback. The first time there was a pick by Darnold, the next play Rodgers threw a pick, and then same thing here. So now literally someone could be up by like a couple scores. Instead it's 14-14. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Here we go. Let's get another pick and hopefully not throw one. That ball is dropped or deflected or knocked down by someone. Send it down. Yeah. So Rodgers have, 4 touchdowns and 12 interceptions now. Here we go. Here's a run by Barkley. And he got about 11. First down, New York, up to the 32. Under 4 to play here in the third. There we go. Tennessee's also 4-0. 49ers are 3-1. Here's a throw! That was in a lot of traffic, but caught by number 89. As Darnold is over 200 yards. Still can't believe he's on the Jets, then the Panthers, and now he's on the Giants. Here we go. Here's a throw. That ball is caught by number 89 again. Baltimore's 3-1 as well. Baltimore's 3-1 as well. The Chiefs are 4-0. The Broncos are 4-1. I should have Russell Wilson, while the Colts now have Matt Ryan. Here we go, pressure! And he is sacked by Preston Smith. 3rd and long. Still under smoke too. 3rd and 14 for the 38. They got it to R47 for a first. 2 minutes to go in the third. Still tied at 14. Here we go. Here's Darnold. That ball is going to be caught wide open as Barkley. Just no one picked up the running back, and he got like 20 yards. First down, New York. That could be a chance to get off the field and hopefully score ourselves and take the lead. Instead, they did a first down at R41. 90 seconds to play in the third. Still tied at 14. Come on. Good coverage. No pass rush. Darnold lost the ball, and we have it. And it's picked up by Dean Lowry. And he's going. And he's gone. Touchdown Packers. A scoop and score for Lowry. And the Packers retake the lead. 2014 Packers late in the third quarter. Unbelievable. What a turn of events. As he was running out of energy at the end, but no one came near him. And it does stand. He was not down by contact. Darnold, that was a clean fumble. Darnold was not down by contact. 1:14 to go in the third quarter, and I might just miss the extra point. I thought I did, but no. It's inside the left upright. It's good. 21-14 Packers with 1:14 to go in the third quarter, but unbelievable. I'm not sure who had the strip sack. But I know Dean Lowry picked up the fumble and took it, like 30 yards. He didn't miss anything. Here's a kick, and it's a turn from the goal line by number 30 for the Giants. Packers up by 7 late in the third quarter. He's up to the 27-yard line. 1:11 to go in the third. 21-14 Green Bay. Yeah, I'm not sure who had the strip sack, but I know Dean Lowry picked up the fumble and ran it for a touchdown. Here's a throw! Jumping the route was Alexander, but he dropped the interception. Send him down. Yeah, the Broncos are 4-1, Chiefs are 4-0, the Jets are 4-0. Yeah, you might be thinking this is clickbait, but it's not. Here's a throw wide open. It's 89, and he's tackled by about 3 Packers players. First down to the 48, under 1 to play, or under 1 minute left to play in the third. Pittsburgh and Buffalo are both 2-2. Like I said, the Jets are 4-0. I still can't believe that. Here's Darnold, and hit as he threw by Smith, and it's incomplete. Yeah, Chiefs are 4-0. Broncos are 4-1. The Jaguars are 3-1. It says at the bottom. Texans are 1-3. But I can't believe the Jaguars are 3-1. There's a throw. That ball is caught. Barkley. And it's going to be a first down. As Darnold's approaching 300 yards. Passing. Minnesota and Chicago, and I believe Detroit are all 2-2. New England's 1-3. But it's the Chiefs are 4-0. Seattle's 0-4. What do you expect with Drew Lock? They don't have Russell Wilson anymore. Here's Barkley. That's the end of the third quarter. 21-14 Packers, but the Giants are on the move. Here we go. Only 7-point score in the third quarter. Was at 7 points by the scooping score from Dean Lowry. From the 34, Green Bay. Here comes New York, looking for a game-tying touchdown. And there's a run by Barkley. Barkley juked him back and forth. Got the first down to the 30. There's under 6 to play now in the game. These opposite 6-minute quarters. Here we go. Tennessee's 4-0. Washington's 2-2. 49ers are 3-1. Here's a throw. That's incomplete. 49ers 3-1. Cardinals 2-2. Eagles 2-2. Like I said, I still can't believe that the Rams are 2-2. Cowboys are 2-2. Here we go. Come on. That ball is going to be caught. And stepping out of bounds, number 45. 5:23 to go. It's now 3rd and 3. And they're probably going go for it if they don't get this. Because the field goal, I mean, this is only down by 4. But there's only 5 minutes to go in the game. Here we go. Here we go. Darnold. And he is sacked by Wyatt. I don't know who this Wyatt dude is, but number 95, the big man, the big defensive tackle, Wyatt, that's his last name, and they are going to kick the field goal. He's lining up for it. It's 4th and 16. Now they might have went for it if it was like 4th and 4, but it's 4th and 16. It's like a 53-yard field goal, so it's no gimme. And that kick is inside the right upright, and it's good. And the Giants have cut their deficit to 4 at 21-17. But the Packers have the ability, maybe, to run out the rest of the clock. And if we don't run out the rest of the clock, we at least need to get a field goal to be up by 7 again. A touchdown will make it a 2-score game, and that could be the dagger. A field goal will make it a 7-point game. Anything less than that, a touchdown for the Giants to give them the lead. So here, let's go on field. At least get a field goal, but let's take a lot of time off the clock. And if we score a touchdown, I don't care how much time we take off the clock. It doesn't really matter. Cleveland's 1-3. The Chargers are 1-3. Like I said, the one shocker I cannot believe. The one shocker here in the NFL is that the one shocker I have so far in the NFL this year in this franchise is one team that has surprised me. It's the New York Jets at 4-0. I still can't believe that, but it's a game. I don't think they're gonna start 4-0 in real life. Here we go. Here's a throw. I don't know why it was like a long pass. I meant to throw a bullet pass, and that ball is incomplete. Rodgers, I mean, been decent, but sending down, it's not a good start. I should have just ran it. I'm going to run it here. It's an RPO, but I'm going to give it to Jones. Here we go. Hit the outside, Jones. Jones! Got about 9. Yeah, actually got 9. 3rd and 1 now. I'm going to run it again. Halfback inside zone. There's a guy right there over the center. With a 3rd and 1, they're crowding the box, but Jones has got it, plus a little more. He had about 6 on 3rd and 1, first down Green Bay, with 3.5 minutes to play. I'm going to throw it now. Not bad at all. Come on, boys. Here's a snap. Here's a throw. That ball is going to be caught by DeGuara. I think our 3rd-string tight end, because we also have Tanya, we also have Mercedes Lewis. And then we have DeGuara. I think we also had Tyler Davis, but I released him because we had too many players on our roster. Because after we got Chris Godwin, that didn't have a player of our own, so I cut Davis, who was our 4th-string tight end. But 3 times is good, and that's a first down. As he has 45 rushing yards and a touchdown, and that's not a game or anything, but that's one step closer. I don't have to run another play before the 2-minute warning, because there's about an 8-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. So I'm just going to wait until the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning here in London. 21-17, Green Bay. Here we go. 1 first down most likely will end this game, but they still have 3 timeouts here. Here we go. I'm going to start with 2 runs, and then if it's 3rd down, I might pass it. But I'm going to start with 2 runs, use 2 of their timeouts. First down here will most likely end this game. Here we go. They're stacking the box. Jones got about 7, and the Giants will call their first timeout. Here we go. 2nd and 3 now from the 41. They're loading the box, but also I see a dap here. Who knows? There might be a dap that might be created. And Jones has got the first down and more. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown Panthers. And that is your dander. As the Panthers are up by 10 with 1:50 to play. And that is your dander here in London. Panthers up by 10. Let's go. A huge play for the Panthers. That was at a 30-yard touchdown, and that's your dander. Here's the PAT by Crosby, and it is right down the as it's right down the middle, and it's the Panthers are now up 28-17 with what 1:50 to play, but that's the dander right there. Panthers up by 11, which is 2 scores with 1:50 in the clock, and the Giants still have 2 timeouts, but they're down by 11 points. There's a tick. And that ball is going to be out of the back of the end zone, or actually need in the end zone for a touchback. There we go, boys. Just protect the sidelines. Here we go, sack him! And he sacked again! And that's Wyatt again! 2 sacks and 3 tackles for him in this game. 1:30 to play, clock run, and 2nd and 18. That ball is caught by Barkley for like a 4-yard gain, and the Giants will call their 2nd timeout. It's now 3rd and 14. Still with cover sits, invert. Here we go. Obviously 4-down territory for New York. Here's a throw instead of Hail Mary. He might have him, and he does! Unbelievable! As he just blew by everyone, and then he just had space between the defender and himself, as there was space between the receiver, number 89, and the defender that was there, and the receiver caught it. As you can see on the replay here, there was room between Rasul Douglas, the defender, and the number 89, the receiver, and then he caught it, and then Rasul Douglas, could not bring him down, and that was at a 80-yard touchdown. Now they're going for 2 to make it a field goal game here. 1:17 to play, and this game's not over yet here. Here's a throw, wide open is 89. He caught the touchdown, and then he caught the 2-point conversion, and it's a 3-point game, but there's only 1:17 to go in the game. Giants only have 1 timeout, and if they don't get this onside kick, this game is over. Here we go, hands team out there for Green Bay. And that's recovered or picked up by Sammy Watkins. And there's a flag down. We'll check the flag. It was after Watkins picked up the ball, and that is there's a holding on an onside kick, holding on Christian Watson, who's on the hands team. Apparently, for some reason, how was that a holding call? Literally, I don't know, it's picked up by Watkins, and then Christian Watson had a holding call. I don't know. Just put the ball, Jones. Just make sure you don't fumble it. And the Giants will call their final timeout. That did bend us up 10 yards, the holding call did. Sitting down now, but that should be the game. Quite frankly, that should be the game. That's needed. I don't know why I didn't need it that first time. I wasn't thinking. Here we go. Sitting down now. 1:11 on the clock. New formation for Green Bay. And it's now 3rd down. Oh, crap. No, that should be the game, though, because that should be the game. Yeah, that's the game, because I don't have to do another play. There's 50 seconds to go, but there's still another 20 seconds and I'll have to snap the ball. And once I snap the ball, I can snap it with under 40 seconds to go here. Here we go. Snap it with about 5 seconds. But there's under 40 seconds to go, and remember, it's a 40-second play clock. I snapped it with 4. It's 4th down now, but the game's going to be over. There we go. I mean, I have the punt out here, but I mean, the game's over. I mean, I put it on shoot clock. I don't know why I didn't shoot the clock. 7 seconds. This game's over. I mean, I came out in punt formation, but game's over. 3, 2, 1. Packers win here in London, 28-25. A game the Packers desperately needed, and we got the job done. We moved to 2-3, and the Giants follow 2-3. Great job. Packers won. We almost choked it though. I don't know how in the world that guy was able to do separation on Douglas. I mean, last thing you do in an 11-point game with less than 2 minutes left is let a guy behind you, and that's exactly what happened. And that same guy who caught the touchdown, caught the 2-point diversion, but obviously they went for the onside kick, didn't get it, and then obviously they only had one timeout. And well, at that point, like I said, they only had one timeout, and they just ran out of time, or we ran out the clock. They didn't run out of time, but yeah, so the Packers moved to 2-3, and the Giants fall to 2-3. Rodgers 155 and 1 touchdown. I see 2 interceptions. The Jones had 96 yards on the ground. Godwin had 99 receiving yards and a touchdown. And then Sammy Watkins only had 1 reception for 9 yards, but it is what it is. Packers win at 28-25. We move to 2-3, and the Giants fall to 2-3. Darnold had 370 yards and 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions as well. And he also lost a fumble after there was that scoop and score by Chris Barnes. But yeah, I'll do the closing and the next clip. So I'll see you on the other side. So yeah, the Packers win at 28-25 over the New York Giants here in London. Like I said, a game that the Packers desperately needed because 2-3 is better than 1-4, and we got the job done. The same guy caught that touchdown and the 2-point diversion. But obviously, then the Giants, the only hope they had was if they got the onside kick, which they didn't. And then obviously the Packers ran out the clock. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You'll find out when the next video on this channel will be when I post it. And the next video on this channel will most likely be my last video of summer break. Because I go back to school on Tuesday, and then tomorrow is Labor Day, which is my last day of summer break. So my next video on this channel will most likely be my last video before I go back to school. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay guys, time for closing the board. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about, or tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm gonna see you in episode number 3 of this Green Bay Packers Madden 23 franchise series. See you in episode number 3. And you don't want to bacon and go Packers.